What's the shakery in the bakery, pussy? It's me, Yassified Wilbur Suit here, also known as Cozy with a K cause I'm fucking bonkers. Absolutely fucking bonkers, mate. And welcome to your worst fucking nightmare. Buy your ticket and get in the goddamn ride. Keep your arms and legs and other appendages inside the vehicle at all times. Because this roller coaster of events will fuck the maidenhood out of and right back into you consentfully. Strapped in? Good, cause the ride is strapped up and you're in for an experience. Because I'm about to bring you on a fucking journey throughout the Witch Queen expansion and tell you my subjective thoughts and feelings, as well as some wacky instances that have occurred. Alright, so you strapped in? Okay, good. Let's get this show on the fucking road, baby. And remember, your safety is not my priority. Welcome to death. And for the record, there's gonna be spoilers for the story and other gameplay elements of Destiny Witch Queen. I think that's pretty fucking obvious. Are you like stupid or something? Like what's going on? Are you okay? You need help? Witch Queen came out. Yeah. After hyping up the Lovecraftian moth MILF for nearly 8 years, promising a story the likes of which could be compared to cinematic story-based games, assurances that gameplay would be perfected to suit all playstyles, and loot and content to feed both deprived solo and non-loser players. With promises like that, and build up for so long, it would be nearly impossible not to falter and fail to deliver, especially with servers like Bungie's and reputation that the Destiny title held with failed or delayed promises, and a player base that will never be satisfied with anything they get because they're nearly all spoiled children that look like Rowley from Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Now, it's gonna be a god roll raiden flux. I'm talking 71 base.
I'm talking 71 base. Still, by giving something hype, especially for this long, you essentially curse it and poison it, dooming it before it even gets released. People have a tendency to set unreal expectations that cannot be met by any standard. Unless you're Elden Ring, goddamn, this is so fucking good, holy fucking shit. And so, did Bungie keep their word and deliver the best expansion in Destiny history as they have promised that they would? Fuck yeah, they did. But whoa, wait, Kosher, did you just say the best expansion in Destiny's history? Fuck yeah, I did. And I goddamn mean it. And I'm correct. And if you think otherwise, you're literally incorrect. And the only bitch you'll ever get is the one that you see in the mirror. That's a fucking off. Fuck you. Up top. That was a good one. Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a good one. Alright. I'm fucking funny. Oh, did you hear that? It seems the riot has started. And you know what they say? Hey, buy the ticket, take the fucking ride. So let's get this road on the show, shall we? And, as they say, get into the ass tax of things. Now, before heading into it, I want to tell you my subjective favorite parts of the Witch Queen expansion thus far. Don't worry, it's quick, and it will make you salivate, I guarantee it. And if it doesn't, you can get the fuck out. The number one thing added into Destiny Witch Queen is the fucking Night's Chill shader bug. Like, look at me. Remember how disgusting and generic this shader was? Cause I didn't even know this shader was a fucking thing. Well, now, it's the absolute creme de la crop. The best shader in the game. It's essentially the Destiny equivalent to when you don't own Counter-Strike Source in a public Garry's Mod prop hunt server. And that's fucking awesome. It's absolutely beautiful. Please. Bungie, if you fix this shader, add one that's identical to this one. Maybe call it Oops or something like that. Come on, you know you want to. You're the cool uncle of game developers after all. Another one of my favorite things added was the new additions to the Void subclass, like shooting out 3 tethers at once and then doing it again? Feels so fucking rad. And finally, doing 1v1s with my friends in custom Crucible matches, where we only use the glaive melee ability is like a fucking TF2 medieval only server, and I adore every second of it. Not to mention, the new Unstoppable mod is for hand cannons, and hey, this is a big step forward in mankind for my fellow Fatebringer users. Speaking of Fatebringer, if you want a good Fatebringer farm but don't actually want to do the raid, I have just the treat for you. Disclaimer, you're gonna have to do the raid at least once before you're able to do this. Anyways, did you know you can just go over to this rock out in Venus and just glitch your way underneath the map and then just kind of jump across the stones down here and then up here and like, you know, make your way across, and it's really easy, and you make it over to the area, you fall down, you die, and then you spawn inside of the caves past the first encounter, and you can just keep on running like normal and then eventually get to a chest and then not get a fucking Fatebringer at all. Yeah, this has been Cozy's Destiny tip of the week. Make sure to fucking Twitch fuck you. You know what one of my favorite tropes in existence is? When overweight truckers with Funko Pop walls try to critique a Mario game or anime cartoon or a fucking superhero kids movie for its story and depth.
Joker! Let's talk about Joker!
Like, clearly 99% of people on YouTube don't have any qualifications to be analyzing and giving a pretentious concrete review of a product's narrative, and yet they still try. So that's not what I'm gonna be doing, because I'm not fucking stupid enough to pretend that I'm not stupid. In other words, I'm a genius. I have a very small ego, don't you worry, but it's alright, because my enormous dick makes up for it. So where was I? Right! The story of Witch Queen, much like my Colossus cock, was long, detailed, aesthetic, long, satisfying, and had an outstanding climax that left everyone wanting more. From the first note to the final cutscene, the story fucking delivered. For once, it's not vague bullshit dialogue setting up foreshadows that will happen in 4 years that only come true 90% of 50% of the time. For once, it's an actual story with an arc and no fluff and bullshit bounties to grind or submissions to do. It's an actual antagonist that drives conflict. There's character development and character flaws. Our player fucking talks. There's themes and dissonance between the cast. There's not to mention the whole fucking concept of it is so hella rad, like it's so wicked. The Hive steal the light, and we have to take it back. And the only way to do that is to go into the literal brain of the goddess of lies, her throne world, a kingdom of thought as it's referred to in the game, and unearth her secrets and submerge memories to use against her, and while doing so, muddying the waters for every side, graying the dynamic, and realizing through her own submerged memories that we might be the villain all along.
Oh no!
The voice acting was sick too. Keitel said, "Indeed," at one point like Zavala always does, and Aldrin laughed at it, and I liked that.
Indeed.
The soundtrack was fucking perfect too. It wasn't dreary and boring like the Taken King soundtrack was, and sorry, it's true, and you know it, and if you disagree, it's because you're wrong. And it just fits Destiny. It was mysterious, cunning, and ambient, exactly what a Destiny soundtrack should be, and it fit each part of the story so perfectly. Now this is what's on the tip of everyone's boner, but Bungie introduced a legendary mode for the story questline, which amplified the scaling and difficulty of the environment to be nearly unforgiving. Limited respawns, pools of fire spawning at enemies' corpses, extremely resilient elemental shields, etc. Limited mention of, champions. And let me tell you, having a really made story questline where it's not vague bullshit dialogue you need to watch My Name is Bife series about to understand, where the quests are to kill antagonist number 3's henchmen scattered across the solar system and then do X amount of bounties and Y amount of kills, etc, until you finally fight the antagonist in a very anticlimactic battle, either in a story encounter or a strike.
I love it when it like infects the entire worm god, so it's just this huge like green aura.
Instead, it's actual quests, each having their own little 3-act structures, and each with its own definitive feature. Hell, it starts with you sabotaging a Cabal ship during a turf war that doesn't include J.K. Rowling for once, and siege a giant moon-destroying cannon so you can point it at a Savathûn ship, load yourself into the cannon as literal ammunition, and fire yourself at it. Because thanks to this unfunny dumbass, apparently we don't have the technology for spaceships and shit, so we can't fly aboard. Or for example, the mission where you go deep into the throne world's inner tunnels to find Savathun's abandoned temple to her past self, delving deeper and deeper and deeper into the submerged dissociations of a manipulative god's literal mind, tearing back the layers to her insecurities as you delve deeper into her psyche, and deeper into hell, only to be met by an Ahamkara and a speedy, fiery, lava-y escape. Or hell, the final mission, a riveting one-on-one battle of Savathun, the goddess of lies, and the guardian themselves, using dissociated memories against the goddess of lies and deception to try and stop her from locking the traveler in her throne world, despite the fact that we may or may not be doing the most heinous thing by stopping Savathun. But we're too deep in it already to give up, and so we just keep fucking firing, hopping in and out of the inner dimension with the thread wizards and severing them to get the buff to do more damage to Savathun herself. It's fucking crazy good, dude. God damn! And the reveals, too? Of how, like, the Osmium King, however the fuck you pronounce it, was tricked by the witness and told the traveler could bring an end times, and so that they had to go to the worms or else, like, a calamity would follow. Or like, at the end, with fucking Megamind showing up, supposedly this character named the Witness who governs the menacing Black Fleet of pyramids and the darkness at a whole, giving you that look and being all like, no pieces.
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.
For those who are unaware, in our actual multiverse, in real life, there is a hub of sorts in the heart of said multiverse. It's a soda shop where each soda is a different universe and it goes on forever and ever, basically. And the owner of said multiversal soda shop is this man named Chipper. And let me tell you, when I showed Chipper the soda jerk, the literal god of the multiverse, this cutscene of the witness, even he was a bit unnerved. Listen to this actual audio of him reacting to it. So sick and tired of you showing me this goddamn fucking Destiny bullshit. I don't care. It's almost as menacing as Monsieur Moi.
Beneath the skin, we are already one. Was it not your sin trapped the unicorn? Even now, the evil seed of what you've done germinates within you.
Like, fuck, man, this is final shaping up to be a really interesting ass story, and I'm actually very, very interested in how this goes. For the first time ever, I have actually enjoyed the gameplay element of a Destiny story. There's no fluff, there's no filler, it's just actually fun. It's difficult, it's good. It's well made. And for the first time ever, I am blown away by the quality of the storytelling and the writing. It feels like I was robbed. Like, I paid for this expansion and got a really good expansion. Like, what? That usually doesn't happen unless you're Final Fantasy XIV, where you're so good, you have to literally tell people to stop buying your fucking game. And again, much like my Colossus cock, it was fun, it was tough, and it was quite hard at times. And it was exceptionally exceptional in the exceptional department. And who the fuck wrote this script? So, yeah, the story missions were good. They were well designed. They were fun to play. It was the best expansion story questline in all of Destiny. Everyone is satisfied with it. Legendary mode added a much more intense adrenaline rush to the gameplay side of things. And the narrative, being well written and not vague bullshit, gave the story side of things a big plus too. And those things in conjunction with one another made it, well, antonymous with shit. So yeah, the story's good. The Throne World is a beautiful, expansive, and perfect representation of Savathun. However, on a gameplay perspective, it's a boring, dreadful, lacking world once you beat the story. I like the reputation system, although I hate how the only way to rank up through said reputation system is by doing the same fucking destination patrol over and over again in an empty fucking swamp. If this is the mind of Savathun, could you put some, like, really sick-ass things to explore? Like, sure, the lost sectors are popping boners, and some of the locations really rock my cocks off, and the sheer size of it all is outstanding, much like my dick, but it's so fucking lackluster and empty when you finish the story, unlike my dick. And that's just objective. Sorry, it's true. If that upsets you, I understand. Here's some tissues, and a pacifier too, and a bottle, since you want to act like a fucking baby. That being said, the 2 new strikes from this world? Oh man, Listen, they make me want to go on strike in real life so that the Bungie developers can get paid more or some shit. I don't fucking know how this... My favorite strike of all time was in Destiny 1. It was called Sunless Cell, and for those who are unfamiliar with the strike, you basically go through a giant prison inside Oryx's dreadnought and fight your way until you get to a pitch-black abyss, where you fight Alakul the Darkblade, who had tried to usurp Oryx's throne. It's possibly the single best strike they've ever made, and one that'll never be matched, simply because the final encounter is so fucking well made, like holy shit. Well, you see, Alakul, he's too Alakul for school, and he's back, baby. But he ain't a Darkblade anymore, nah. He's a light blade, and his favorite color's rainbow. So, you hijack a fucking boat, like a goddamn pirate, and sail your way through a castle's gardens, until you reach him, chilling in a giant room, protecting a thingy that Oryx had used to make the Taken or some shit, in front of a statue of him fighting a worm, and your fire team and him go all out, one-on-one, and it's fucking sick, dude, it's fucking sick. It's not quite Sunless Cell levels of rad, but seeing him again, and seeing his ghost fuck off, meaning he's not dead, makes me really excited to see where this goes. PSA, Saturn is on the directory now, which means we're getting Kingsfall to come back from Destiny 1, and which also means the Dreadnought's assets are gonna be in the game again, which means we might get Sunless Cell Strike back, who knows? Also, speaking of things coming back, you realize in the Legacy tab in Triumphs there's a Prison of Elders tab now? You know, why was it that they kept this strike and none of the other ones from the Tangled Shore? One reason could be, simply because the rest of them suck shit. But another could be that this is the only strike that has Prison of Elders assets. And that could mean that we might be getting Prison of Elders back, and now wouldn't that just make a sticky mess all over that gamer keyboard of yours? Right, so that's... Who's laughing now? Me! No, seriously, I'm fucking terrified. Young Moth is coming for me, and it might be too late. He's going to fucking kill me! I need your help! Weapon crafting. Oh, riveting. I don't know. I didn't do it. I just built the Osteoporosis SMG in the first glaive and went on my way. And you know what? I'm happy with that. Don't really know anything about it. It seems fun, looks cool, it's an interesting system. It feels like they experimented with this idea when they brought out the focusing engrams in Season 11 back in Shadowkeep with Umbrals.
Wendy's hamburger. People ask how I'm doing. Very suicidal.
But this time with specific stats that you level up the weapons to purchase. I really like the idea of that system, and I think it's really good. Nice and grindy, and gives the incentive to use certain weapons that you may have never used before, or have never had the incentive to ever use, ever, bitch. But I don't really know too much about it, so like, yeah, whatever, it's neat. But you know what I do know a lot about? The Osteoporosis SMG, like, look at this shit, it fucking absolutely slaps the fucking king! I fucking love it! I'm frothing at the goddamn mouth right now, dude! Like, look how this, look how this thing shoots! The glaives too, like, dude! It's so fun, you just spam C, like, C, and then you switch back to Trinity Ghoul, because I'm too Trinity Ghoul for school. and like to use cool weapons like... Nothing beats Trinity Ghoul, seriously. But the glaive is cool enough for me to switch out my elemental slot every so often, so that should be quite telling. It's not better than Trinity Ghoul. Nothing's better than Trinity Ghoul. It's the best weapon in the entire game. If you think otherwise, you're actually wrong. And it's not a joke this time. Like, you're actually just not smart. So anyways... There's no new PvP maps.
Oh shit, I almost gave a fuck.
So that's a giant plus. I really love this expansion. Please, Bungie. Let's vault more PvP maps next time around. This is just going bafflingly well. So, as of writing this script, the raid literally came out less than 24 hours ago. But yo, this shit is insane. And Dado got world second again. There's a free solo chest in it too, that doesn't require any glitches and gives you 5 spoils of conquest. And if you have completed any raid encounters, a roll on any raid weapon or armor you have already obtained. So, in conjunction with the free chest and vault of glass that I showed earlier, that's 30 free spoils of conquest per week for solo players. And hey, that's pretty fucking cool. So go get that nerfed anarchy, you lonely losers. In terms of the raid itself, I don't know what the fuck is going on. There aren't any guides yet, and this shit is fucking deranged. But hey, it looks super cool. Seeing the actual power of the pyramids and facing off against it for the first time is so alien and strange. And the final boss, the Discipline of the Witness, is such an interestingly designed encounter. Like, he looks like a fucking Warframe. Look how this bastard walks and attacks. Like, he's such a prick, you just know it. Kratos, can your sparrow do this? The aesthetic of the pyramids is also so pretty. The formal yet frightening orange and black combination is something I wasn't fully expecting. However, the toughest encounter in the entire raid would just so happen to be a fucking anteater.
Fuck you!
And that's taking into account the fact that the bosses in this raid have like 35 million fucking health, but I digress. So, yeah, I didn't do it, but, I don't know, it's pretty fuck you. Men tears sure taste good. So, Witch Queen in and of itself has been out for about 2 weeks now, and without a doubt I can say these 2 weeks of content have been better than any other Destiny expansion thus far. The story, the music, the new world, for the most part, the raid, the content that's coming, the new raids, dungeons, Saturn, returning content, etc. And all the new systems and implementations given to gameplay, from weapons to the void classes, weapon crafting, ability tuning, class improvements. All of it's so fucking good. Fucking go, Bungie! Shit, man, you did it! I'm so proud of you. Also, there's no new PvP stuff. That's fucking awesome! Let's go, Bungie! Also, the woman who voice acted Savathun, also did this.
Great Grandma, you always know just what to say. Christmas!
So hey, that's a giant fucking plus. The entire game feels fresh and fun. The grinds don't feel too grindy, unless they're for rep on the empty-ass throne world. The game's universe is more inviting than ever for new players. The loot pool is huge, crafting adds a huge element to the gameplay loop, and all the new content added and what is going to be added is, without a doubt, some of the best Destiny has ever seen. This is the peak of the game's history, without a doubt, and a big reminder as to why Destiny is the king of looter shooters. So here's my final shape. If you've never played Destiny but want to try it out, hey, check it out right now. Now, do it. This is a threat. It's free to play on all platforms, but the expansion is like $40, but hey, I highly suggest getting into it. Even without the expansion, there's so much rad content to do, and if it's up your alleyway, then hey, get that goddamn expansion and play this perfection to your heart's content. And yeah, so here's my final thing. Witch Queen is a 71 base expansion.
I'm talking 71 base.
And every second of it thus far has been spent absolutely horny. And yeah, that's it. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye!